Deadbeat hedge fund chief, sued by his own mother, declares bankruptcy, and names 2 guinea pigs among $239,000 in assets. Just months after the Post revealed his extravagant spending binge in the south of France, a hedge fund manager who was sued by his own mother over an unpaid mortgage he took out on her home filed for bankruptcy. According to court records examined by the Post, Jason Ader, a 59-year-old former activist investor who 10 years prior frequently appeared on CNBC and assisted in the removal of Marissa Mayer as CEO of Yahoo, discreetly filed for personal bankruptcy in Miami on December 22nd. He owes around $2 million in obligations. He revealed in court records and a court-ordered call with creditors last week. Those include his former wife Julie and his mother Pamela, who is suing him in New York after he defaulted on a $13 million loan against the family's townhouse on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Ader has also racked up debts with the Internal Revenue Service, banks, attorneys, and investors who were burned in a bungled $2.5 billion purchase of the biggest casino in the Philippines. Ader, a former board member of the Las Vegas Sands, the massive casino established by the late Republican kingmaker Sheldon Adelson, asserted that his net worth was only $239,000. One source with knowledge of the situation stated, "That's an unbelievable net worth claim, since it seems to exclude his trusts." Ader pleaded with the Miami court, which is still considering the case, not to confiscate his 2024 Tesla Cybertruck, which he valued at $70,000, and the cloths on his back, which are worth about $10,000. Ader claims 2 unidentified guinea pigs valued at $25 each, a Glock G26 handgun, and $50,000 worth of furnishings among his possessions. But in a peculiar response provided via a spokeswoman, the financial guru termed the Post questioning regarding the 2 rodents inaccurate and inappropriate. The court document that specifically referred to non-farm animals, according to him, refers to my minor child, who has no involvement in these matters. But creditors were underwhelmed during the telephone call, in which Ader faced queries about how he could manage to live in a beautiful $6 million, 4-bedroom condo in a fashionable Miami neighborhood. David Beckham, a legendary English soccer player and co-owner of Inter Miami of Major League Soccer, also owns a property in the building. The money man acknowledged under oath that the Biscayne Boulevard apartment was not part of his personal bankruptcy proceedings because it belonged to 826 Capital Holdings, LLC, one of his businesses. When asked how he got into his financial situation, Ader said, "It's a combination of the divorce proceedings, a long-standing family dispute, which relates to the activity around the townhouse, and an unexpected IRS liability that I am working through. I want to reorganize my debts before coming up with a plan." He stated that he had already given up $1 million in housing support for his estranged wife, Julie Ader, and as much as $3 million for his 5 children. During the hearing, the former Bear Stearns analyst, who also cited expenses from the unsuccessful legal merger, stated that he owed the IRS almost $1.6 million in unpaid taxes. This most recent court appearance follows Ader's apparent continuation of his jet-set lifestyle, which includes several opulent European holidays and a $370,000 American Express bill that included a $9,000 shopping spree at Christian Dior in Monaco. One person with knowledge of his most recent financial difficulties stated, "This comes as no surprise." Jason was spending money like a drunken sailor. He was leading Riley's life. Public impressions from several years ago do not reflect the financial, legal, and operational constraints that developed subsequently. The former CNBC contributor retaliated through his representative. Over time, lengthy litigation, asset restrictions, and growing legal costs dramatically impacted my circumstances. According to a different source, Ader's decision to file for personal bankruptcy was the nuclear option to end any potential legal action against him, including those who suffer financial losses, when a Delaware judge prevented Ader from concluding the merger of the Okada Casino in Manila. However, Ader said, "That characterization is incorrect." To the Post, "I am fully involved in all ongoing legal proceedings in the Southern District of Florida, which are currently under court supervision. All outstanding complaints are being handled through the proper legal channels, and previous public company stockholders were made whole." The bankruptcy filing alleges that Ader is making $25,000 a month for an Israeli-based cybersecurity firm, Kiprotnik LLC. The business is registered with a co-working facility in Beersheba, southern Israel, according to the same source. For the man who established himself as a leading gaming analyst in the early 1990s, filing for personal bankruptcy represents yet another setback. Last July, he pushed his ill-fated investment company, 26 Capital Acquisition Corporation, into bankruptcy following a bungled $2.5 billion takeover of the biggest casino in the Philippines. But a U.S. bankruptcy judge in Delaware, Karen B. Owens, stepped in on August 22nd to strip Ader of his leadership of the process. She authorized a U.S. trustee administrator to take responsibility of settling the company's debts, which the fallen Wall Street hotshot estimated to be as high as $20 million, according to court records. When this publication discovered a complaint from Ader's 82-year-old mother accusing him of embezzling his late father Richard's fortune in the summer of 2024, Ader made headlines for the first time. Ader failed to keep up with repayments on a $13 million mortgage related to his dad's luxury Upper East Side townhouse, leaving the estate on the line for the hefty principal, as well as hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest and unpaid taxes, according to court records. In a December 29th filing before the New York County Supreme Court, Ader's attorneys contended that the lawsuit ought to be put on hold while the bankruptcy procedure is worked out.